Welcome to another episode of The Good Soil. Today I'm very excited. You know, it's moments like this that really define what we want to do. If you look in the entire Bible, you'll see God ordaining men and bringing them into the light and using them to influence others. And I believe starting The Good Soil was a call of God for us to come here and to influence others, to bring people who understand what's happening in the kingdom so that we can sit with them, so that they share with us the qualities of what's happening in their life, to share with us some of the things that they have done so that the kingdom moves on. So today I'm very excited because I will not say I have a guest. I'll say I have someone who will be coming on the show now and then so that we can unpack or we can look at what we have done with this podcast. This person will be coming now and then, so we sit and we chat. We do reviews of the guests that we have had. We do reviews of how the show or the podcast is going. So I'm very excited. It's another day for us to be here. So I want to welcome her onto the podcast. I don't know if my team wants to shout and we have a good time right here. Welcome to The Good Soil. So
yeah, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I want you know, we are trying to build a platform. If I can explain. I know it's something that you know already. Yeah. But we are trying to build a platform. If you look around in the world today, there are people out there who are taking or who are building platforms that are going into space to build platforms so that they can express themselves or they can represent certain narratives or certain ideas. So the purpose of The Good Soil was to come in the same spaces and lead.
Okay.
And also to represent the kingdom in such spaces. So welcome to The Good Soil.
Thank you.
Yes. Just to start, when I started The Good Soil, I wanted people to look at my videos and understand that I am for God, and understand that the podcast of The Good Soil it's about the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
So I want you to like take just a few minutes to maybe appreciate or highlight on what you have seen so far with The Good Soil. So just feel free. Don't worry. This is a family. It's we who are born of God. We know God is defending us. So you coming into the good. So don't feel any pressure. Don't be scared of people judging. People judge all the time. People see negative all the time. Even when I was starting this podcast, I know there are people out there who are saying I can do better than that guy. But that's where grace comes in. So just feel free. You are welcome.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Sylvia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sekgwathe.
Yes.
To be precise. Thank you for this opportunity. I really like everything, the setup and everything. I just love being here.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thank God for the opportunity.
Yes.
Okay.
It always goes back to God. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So about The Good Soil, I think it is. Do I think?
Yeah. You have to think.
Yeah. It's a good platform. It's a good podcast. It's been so many weeks going through the videos on YouTube, and yeah, it's so amazing. It's a very teachable content. I love the content. The most very important thing is the content.
Yes.
So I just love everything. Love everything.
Many people will not start a Christian podcast. One, because they know if they start a Christian podcast,
okay,
it will come with a lot of expectations. People are going to look at how Bolokang is doing things when he's not with The Good Soil. Okay. Because they have heard him preaching something on The Good Soil or pushing a certain narrative, which is faith-based kind of narrative. So I wanted you to reflect on that. You coming on board, do you look at that and say, hey, should I be part of a Christian podcast? Does it give you a challenge, goosebumps, or is bread and butter to you?
To me, it's not a challenge or anything. Yeah. It's my way of I've built my brand. I think you know me.
Yes.
You know how I've been doing things. You know Sylvia. We've met at school. You know everything about me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm one person who I come from a Christian home, yes, but then I don't want somebody to put me in a box. Yes. I don't know if you get me.
Yes. You come from a Christian background and you understand what is the expectations of you.
As a Christian.
Yes.
Or as one person who's leading or who has joined the certain family, like a brand.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So what have you been doing lately with your brand and pushing your stuff?
Yeah, actually I wasn't doing anything so serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just being me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just living my life,
Mm-hmm.
but living a lifestyle that God really wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you, as a young woman and coming from a Christian background, do you think that there are people who are actually living a life with you of that faith, especially young women in this current generation? There's a lot going on in the current generation. Things are happening that maybe I may not be allowed to openly talk about them. So I wanted to know, do you yourself think there are still people out there?
There's still people out there.
Really?
Yes.
You know why I'm asking?
No.
Because today we have so many Christians who have been put under the bridge.
Yeah.
If I can say.
Yeah.
Who can't defend the gospel. Who hide behind don't judge me.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking you, because you know we are in a generation that is not willing to hear what is true.
Okay.
Yes.
Honestly, I would say being a Christian is not easy. It's not easy. Like, people are expecting you to live somehow, and the challenges are life. It's really difficult to sometimes getting aligned to the things of God. Sometimes sitting with God, so it's kind of difficult.
So that's why, you know why also I was asking this, because it's very hard to get someone who is open about faith these days. It's very hard to get someone who open, who can openly say, yo, Bolokang is born again, is doing the good soil, it's a Christian pot. It's very hard. That's why, do you think it's something too hard? Now, as we continue this conversation, like I said, this episode, I'm very excited. The last video that we made with Apostle Chenny Grace, man, it just surpassed 1,000 views. 1,000 views on YouTube. So I'm very excited. I don't know, the team sounds very cold. I don't know. But if I can tell you, we are supposed to be very excited, because you know why I'm very excited? Actually, today I had a conversation with someone who is also in the space of creating Christian content.
Okay.
And we said for an hour plus, in one of the big points that I got from that conversation was that creating a Christian content is very hard, because it's very, it has to convict you. If you try to consume it. Some of the content, it has to judge you. It also has to push you into a corner so that you can look at your life. And he was saying it's some of them. It's one of the hardest thing he has ever embarked on. And I was telling him to say, you know, it satisfies my heart to see 10 people watching my videos. To see
just
20.
10.
Yes.
Okay.
You know why? This means they are actually people who are receiving.
Okay.
Even in the days of Jesus, it was not, he was followed by multitudes. But if you check closely, once Jesus say repent, he's losing half. Once the journey gets tough, he's losing almost 70%. So I was telling him to say, I mean, when I started the Good Soil, I was expecting that kind of followership. I was expecting 10 views. That's why I'm saying.
So you were not expecting a lot of
thousands of people,
yes,
or 100,000. I knew that time will come. Honestly, I knew, but I'm very excited that the last episode we did with Chenny Grace, man, hit 1,000 views plus, and it triggered the subscribers that we had. I think that video alone brought around 60 subscribers. 60 subscribers, just the single video, which according to me was a lot, looking at the subscriber count that we got. And I also want us to take time to reflect on the video that I did with Cassie Paul.
Okay.
Because it was the first guest that she came into the podcast. And we didn't know which direction we were going to take. We didn't even know the setup, for example. We didn't even know the questions, if they will be the right questions to ask. We just wanted to start. So yeah, what do you think? What was the highlight of the episode that I did with Cassie? What did you take from that?
With Cassie?
Yes.
I liked her.
Yeah,
I liked her. She was actually talking about the thing that I like.
Yes.
Whereby like people just put you in a box. They won't expect you to say anything. Say just because you are a Christian. So that's one thing that I liked about her. Why it's say but half was good, like she's not being influenced by the environment. She's just being her.
And she's minding her faith.
She's minding her faith.
You know what she said? Cassie, she was sitting right on that chair that you are sitting in. She was dropping bomb. She was just dropping wisdom. I know that video, it's sitting around on YouTube, it's sitting around 200 views. But if I can tell you that what Cassie did on the good soil, I still go back to that episode to listen to it over and over again. I remember she was saying, whatever that she's doing, it has been given to her. So the mentorship with Cassie Paul was not an idea, but it was a revelation
from God.
So she's constantly living the revelation.
Wow.
And she, at that point, she said, she's praying that whatever who has to come or who has to join should be the person whom God wanted to come.
Wow, that's so wonderful.
You know what it did to me? It also gave me peace to say, if we're going to come with the good soil and make videos, it's okay. God will send people that has to watch the good soil. God will also send people who have to be part of the good soil. Because it took away the pressure that I had to say, maybe I'm shooting episodes at a budget or something. That means I'm expecting to get traction from the videos. But if Cassie Paul comes to the good soil and says, let people who have to be at Cassie Paul's mentorship be there. Only those who have to be there. That means she's choosing purpose over crowd. She's being direct to what God has said to her. So it kind of blew me. I don't know. I know today I'm dedicating this episode to my team. Like I have already said, we decided not to have a guest today so that we can celebrate the episodes that we have done so far. So I don't know, guys. What do you guys think of the episode that we did with Cassie Paul? Oh. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I welcome myself.
Okay.
No, you have already welcomed yourself. You are welcome.
Okay. Well, that was a scary day. There was a lot of panic and everything. But the moment you guys just started, when she sat down there, remember, you can be going through the pressures and everything, but when the moment comes, you see why.
True.
And everything just flows. And it's when things are flowing, you see that, this thing is not forced, this thing is not staged, this thing, that's
it had to happen.
That's where you see the truth and everything was just, my God.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a good episode and I'm very grateful to have been a part of it and
Yeah. So what was the biggest wisdom that you got from what Cassie said? Because man, Cassie Paul was sitting here and bro, I couldn't even ask her a question. I just had to mention a topic and Cassie Paul would just go on. If you watch that episode,
I saw the video.
Yeah, she was
just flowing.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned from her.
Yeah.
She said something like doing something with a purpose,
yes.
even when it's painful.
True.
When you right now, if I had my knee going to work, I want to go to the clinic first and
Yes.
then go to work.
Yes.
But as for her,
Yeah.
it's the purpose that drives her to do the most important thing
True.
first before she's sick.
Even if she's going through pain, she's still pursuing.
Yeah, she's a pursuer, and that struck something in me, and I'm like, okay.
True.
So Shadow, what's
Yeah.
what's pushing you to
actually pursue purpose.
to pursue
Unapologetically.
It was more like
so-
it was more like a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So that's the major thing that I've got from her, and it's even up to now, it's
Still kicking in your head.
it's still with me.
Yeah. So today, like I said, guys, I'm going to engage this whole crew because I'm very excited. I didn't think we'll shoot an episode and it will reach 1,000 views. I thought it will happen maybe next year. So I have some guy here. He's the guy who's controlling sound. He's the reason why last time we had a cocky sound in the last episode that we did. So I'm mentioning this thing out so that he can know that people saw that. And today I'm confident that we'll get sound clearly.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Today we'll get a good sound for sure.
Thank you.
But I want to reflect back on that Cassie Paul video.
Yes.
To me, it was very inspirational, especially from your side.
True.
Taking it back where you started as a dream, shooting with that phone.
Yeah. No, true.
I was surprised for this day. Finally, this guy is making it and he's going hard on it. I remember I even got the audio that we did save on the USB, and when I was going to Kanye, I went listening to the audio. I was like, wow,
This is fire.
this is good, man.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Mm.
but the way you took it, sure, it was moving. It was like moving from step 1 to 100.
Yeah, true, bro.
So,
True, bro. It was fire. It was fire, man. So I also have my guy here. Pass the mic to him. Pass the mic to him.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are reflecting on the episode that we did with Cassie Paul.
All right.
Yeah. I know you were part of the organizing crew. You put an effort so that in the end we had a successful episode. So we are reflecting. I want to know if you checked out the video and if you got something from what she said.
Okay. No. I checked out everything. She's a very powerful woman, very intelligent, and she has a bright future ahead of her. So let her, like, she should just keep on doing whatever that she's doing. And actually,
True.
So I know that she's mentoring young girls.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the right woman, powerful woman.
Yeah.
And those girls, they will just, I know, they will excel.
Yes.
They will do very well.
True.
Yeah.
So they should trust her.
Yes.
I've seen her, I've listened to her. So she's...
This guy is a prophet. I'm very happy to be surrounded by prophets. And a prophet is here confirming that Cassie is actually strong and what she's doing, it's good.
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and do you know why I was excited? And you know how I got to know Cassie Paul? I saw what she was doing and I just sent her a Facebook. I wanted to ignite a chat. We had a chat and we had a conversation kind of.
Okay.
And I told her that one day when you come into GC, let me know so that we can sit and have a conversation. She said, sure. I took it light, bro. 3 weeks later, she said, I'm coming there. I want us to sit. And I want to tell Cassie Paul something. She ignited the fire that was about to go out. If Cassie Paul had never said, I'm coming over, maybe I would never had the confidence to start this podcast.
Oh, wow.
Because it was after Cassie Paul said that I called all of my friends and I told them, we sat together and we came up with this setup that you see. So I want to shout out to Cassie Paul. I know that she's having her annual mentorship that is coming out. So if you are watching this video, stay on. Towards the end of this episode, we are going to mention details so that if you are a young woman and you want to be sound, you want to have confidence and courage that is backed by the fear of God, you can attend that workshop. Because it's good to see Cassie Paul coming out in faith, declaring her faith and saying, I am of God. And coming all out to say, I represent the kingdom and I want to mentor people who can get in spaces. True, yeah. Exactly that.
Yeah.
From there, we went on to have Apostle Chenny Graceman on the podcast. And it was a humbling experience as well for me. Because if I can tell you, I've been to Grace Chenny's church, I think twice. I remember I even took some of my friends. We went there and just to celebrate the grace. And he came here on the good soil. And one of the highlights that he said he was a married man at a very young age.
Yeah.
That was the biggest highlight that he said here. And I know people were expecting me to ask him what happened
I
to your
even saw
marriage.
the comment on YouTube.
You saw the comment, yes.
I saw the comment.
What do you think? What do you think to you as you saw the comment? What did you think? How are you put out? Why did this guy just let Chenny Graceman sit here and not ask him?
I think that was too personal.
True. Thank you.
If at all Chenny wanted to say something,
Yes. Yes.
So even on Facebook, if you follow him,
Yeah.
the reasons of divorce or divorce equals taking and all that.
Yes.
I think that was too personal. And
Yes.
if at all motohabuli that box, don't open it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. I'm excited and I'm happy that you said that. And I want also people who follow this podcast to understand we are trying to inspire people. We are not going to have guests come here and we interrogate them in some way to get who did this, who did that.
Yeah.
I am very clear on that one. The good soil is not about trending. It's not about gossip. This is for the kingdom. We are the good soil. We are fruitful.
Yeah.
We produce fruits. So yeah, and like I was saying, he came, Chenny Graceman came, he sat here and he said, the marriage that he was in, it didn't work out. And he went on to say this was the highlight for me as a young man. And he said he took time away from ministry to like recover. And it also came back strongly to me to say, if we have ministers who can be able to do like he was doing. I know many are angry. They want to keep pressing even when it's hurting. It's okay. It's good. Yes, it's okay. I don't have any problem with someone who's going hard even when that is happening.
Even when things go wrong.
Yeah. But it was
personal lives.
But it was a highlight to me to say it's okay to recollect. Because today we have many pastors, I'm sorry to say this, who are preaching from pain. They are missing the flock of God because they haven't healed. They still want to stay on the pulpit. But their hearts are burning with anger, with pain. And Chenny Graceman came here and he said he took 2 years. That was, to me, he spoke to me a lot. And the other thing that he said, man, come on, let me give you a chance.
Okay, I saw a comment. Yeah,
let's check it out.
It's the
You
last
saw
week
this one?
comment.
You saw
I saw
this
the
one,
last
right?
week comment.
On Facebook or this is YouTube?
On Facebook.
Yeah, please check it
I
out.
don't know if he screenshot it or something.
Yeah, because it's good. I think it's good as well for us to also check out the comments and see.
Yeah. From Charles Stanley.
Read it out.
And if you stop to minister because of divorce as a man of God, it simply means you had called yourself. It was not God who called you. One of Jesus' principal disciples, his father passed away and asked Jesus, let me go and bury my father.
Yes.
And Jesus said, let the dead bury their dead. What happens? The physical should not stop God's assignment. Paul was having a thorn in his flesh, but he did not stop ministering until he was healed. He also worshipped God while he was seriously wounded together with Silas. God's assignment is bigger than any challenge.
Yeah. I think even Chenny went on to reply that comment.
No, I can't reply.
He did. He tried to reply that one. And I was happy that he was engaging with that man. But here is the thing. It's okay. It's what this guy is saying. Biblically, it's okay. But the truth is, if you are going to minister to people with pain and hurt and anger, you are going to be the reason why people are calling church fraud. If you look around churches today, if we can get an honest pastor to sit here, he will start telling us when things went wrong. And you realize it was the time he was in pain. If you hear Chenny Graceman, he said mentally he was challenged. That means the kind of messages he was going to preach, he might end up preaching against marriage.
Yeah.
Because he's in pain. So yeah, this guy, it's easy for him to say this one because he's taking it from the Bible. It's true. It's very correct scripturally. It's very correct. But sometimes we are scripturally correct, mentally wrong. And there are many people who are like that. They are preaching scripturally very correct. But if you check their mental strength, it's not there. It's like you're preaching to a 10-year-old telling him to marry.
Yeah.
It's okay. He will marry when the time is right. But that time he's supposed to grow. So that's what I thought. I saw it and I let it slide.
Okay.
Yeah, I let it slide because I felt like Chenny Graceman had explained himself clearly to say I was collapsing. I was going to lead a messed up church if I had continued. Yes. And I'm going to stick on his video because he unpacked a couple of few things. Then he went on to speak on lust.
Yeah.
And he mentioned raw things. I even checked out with my brothers to ask them if they really heard the apostle as you are sitting here. He said, lust, it can also be a result of being prayed for. And he said, if you want to know that you are under siege or you are being influenced by lust, it's when a lady passes by on Facebook, bro, you can't even hold yourself. You look at her like this. You become a typist on Facebook. You see someone sitting by the corner, he's typing. The whole night is still there typing. You know, I hope you get what I mean. Typing. If you check what he's typing, he's not writing a book. No way. He's not typing a message or something. No way. He's just checking girls, moving from this one, checking this other one, inboxing. That thing hit me hard because I feel like we are that generation that is hiding behind the keyboard and confusing young ladies. I hope I'm not taking this thing away from what Chenny Graceman said, but I was taking it to my head and trying to visualize it to say what Chenny Graceman said on the Good Soil is very powerful, and I was excited that he came here and he said things that many pastors are not willing to say.
Yeah, he was really open about everything.
Yes. Right. So any say, I know we skipped you. I'm coming back to you. I want to know. Chenny Graceman came here, and he unpacked a lot. What did that mean to you? I know you were standing the whole time you are recording. You are hearing everything that we are discussing here. Did he say anything that kind of touched you and you felt it? Yes, sir.
No, because I'm a married man, I was wondering, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong?
Yes.
I was wondering I wanted to ask you more
Yes.
Because he was saying he was going to marry again.
Yes.
That one going but he still have hope.
Yes.
He still believe
It's a good institution.
It's a good institution.
Yes.
So, but I was excited.
Yes.
Then if I get so I said, okay, that means I'm on the right track.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He said he's going to marry again. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. He said he's going to marry again.
And you know, when you are saying that one, I was happy that he actually said he still believes in marriage.
Exactly.
Because many people do go through things and they give up on lenyalo.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So this, my brother, is a question.
It's not a question, to be precise. It's just what I got from the podcast. Not hearing it from a pastor. I was respecting him as a pastor.
Yes.
And I was listening to that as a way to improve myself.
Yes.
But I was here being rebuked, man.
Yes. That's what has to happen.
Yeah, I was being rebuked, and that week I tried to improve a lot.
Yes.
A lot of things that he said.
That's the
Yes.
good part.
Yes.
It's a good episode, and
Yeah. You got to understand that there are things you need to stay away from. Yes, sir. Right. Yeah. Yeah, yo, Shadow, you good? All right. No, it's good. No, I understand why my brothers will not be jumping to comment on this one. He was a man of God and he came here with to rebuke. So I understand. You know, it's one of those episodes when you are watching and Moruti begins to mention some things. You know yourself as well. You have to look at your life as well. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go to YouTube at Bolokang Mpoma on YouTube. Check out my Facebook page. I actually have a good following on Facebook. I'm about to reach 2,000 followers on Facebook. Okay. Like I said, I'm not targeting numbers, but 2,000 followers on my Facebook page, they mean something. These are people that are following because of the content that we post there. So yeah, man. If you are not part of the followers, go to Facebook, Bolokang Mpoma Speaks. Follow me on Facebook as well. Currently, we are not active that much on TikTok, but my TikTok account is up. It's Bolokang_Mpoma as well. Thank you everyone for checking out this video. I don't know. I'm still excited. Go check out that video that we did with Chenny Grace, man. It's on 1,000 plus views.
And don't forget about Cassie's details. Your
yeah, man. Thank you for reminding me. Cassie says if it's 3 weeks away, 26 November of this year. For more details, check Cassie Paul on Facebook. You can also check Conversations with Cassie Paul. I think that's her Facebook page.
Yeah, that's her Facebook page.
Yes.